I first came to Florida in the 1980s. Yes, I was very young, thank you. Since then, I've returned many times and explored every corner of the Sunshine State. When I need somewhere authentic and serene in which to unwind, I head for the West Coast, and in particular Bradenton and Anna Maria Island, lapped by the Gulf of Mexico, rich in old Florida charm and embraced by nature. Come and explore with me. Getting here is simple with a choice of non-stop flights from London to Tampa, from where you can drive to Bradenton in less than an hour. The theme parks of Orlando are just 2 hours away, opening up the prospect of a great twin centre vacation. I'm halfway along the beautiful west coast of Florida. To the north, the city and airport of Tampa. To the east, the town of Bradenton. To my south, Longboat Key, and over to the west, Anna Maria Island. The abundance of water is a big part of the appeal, but road connections are easy. Florida is drenched in sunshine, and therefore it helps to have a car which is open to the beautiful elements. There's plenty of accommodation on offer. Your place in the sun on Anna Maria Island could be a boutique hotel, though most people choose a vacation rental. From my car in the sun to my place in the sun. I love Florida's great outdoors, but this is a very special indoors. This Gulf Drive property from Prime Vacations has lots of space, lots of lights and lots to do. Anna Maria Island is a favourite family destination, and so there's a handy bunk bed. As with everywhere on the island, it's low rise but still offers great views. At the end of an Anna Maria Island day, you can wander up to the rooftop and watch the light dwindle deliciously into the Gulf of Mexico and reflect that perhaps life has been very kind. Gorgeous though your holiday home may be, there's so much to explore on the islands, starting with Bridge Street, the original link to the mainland and today lined with retailers. The shops along Bridge Street are defiantly independent, and here at Cove you can choose from the creations of more than 25 local artists. You're never far from the next eating and drinking opportunity on the island, among them the Anna Maria Oyster Bar on the pier. John Horn is the CEO, that's Chief Executive Oyster, and an expert on the natural accompaniment, the margarita.
They're fresh, local oysters. A good spicy margarita. It sets you in the mood. A nice tequila, triple sec, a little bit of orange, a little bit of salt. Just makes you feel like you're on the beach and on vacation.
On Anna Maria Island, you feel disconnected from the pressures of life and reconnected with the natural world. The warm Gulf waters wash a string of beautiful beaches with plenty of room for everyone. On sugar white sand you can splash, swim, search for seashells or simply indulge. Here's a lovely Anna Maria Island experience. Beach suites. You get a gazebo, a cool box with water, a couple of beach chairs, a really handy basket with everything from sun cream to a mobile phone charger, lots of games, and the best part is you can also bring a friend. Play the old American beach game, cornhole, or just lap up the luxury. The public transport on Anna Maria Island is fantastic. There's buses that run from top to bottom, and look, there'll be another one along in a minute. And they're free. The trolley, as it's known, operates every 20 minutes right through the day. Or rent a bike, such as this neat retro example from Beach Bums. At just 7 miles long and no more than a mile across, Anna Maria Island is made for 2 wheels. Bikes take you to places other vehicles can't reach. Another excellent destination is Pine Avenue, which calls itself the greenest street in America. It's lined with stores offering pre-loved or vintage garments, gifts such as bags repurposed from billboard advertising vinyl and bracelets made from recycled fishing lines. One of my favourites, Pineapple Marketplace, a cooperative of around 30 independent retailers, including Linda Dietrich.
Everyone does something different. Some resell, some make their own things. For instance, I resell vintage or pre-loved items, everything from coastal decor, jewelry to clothing, glassware, handbags. You could do a lot of one-stop shopping if you look around.
And just across the road, almost 100 years old and not much use anymore. No, not me, Anna Maria City Jail. This correctional facility was never very busy and still stands as a tourist attraction. Time to be released onto the water. The complex and vibrant ecosystem in the Bradenton area means you can have all manner of wildlife experiences, including looking for dolphins. Captain Chris has spent his working life with these highly intelligent creatures.
They're very social, but they're like every one of us. They have moods, so you never know what you're going to get them in. And there's days where they're going to come up and say hello, and there's other times, well, this is their bedroom, their living room, their kitchen. We're in their space, just enjoying the time with them. But it is unique because when you have those moments where they do want to interact and be social, that's, however you want to describe that, whatever adjective you want to put on it, magical, spiritual, I'll go with all of them.
The warm waters of the west coast of Florida have long provided a rich harvest of seafood. The Bradenton area has its own historic fishing village, Cortez, which is thriving more than ever under the leadership of Karen Bell.
When people drop by to visit, especially at the fish houses, and they see what we do, they're always amazed because it does seem more like just a tourist destination, but there's a lot of work going on here too. We literally ship seafood throughout the world. There is never a dull day in this community. You know, the fish house will keep you hopping.
At the Starfish Company Market and Restaurant right next to the fish house in Cortez Village, you can lunch splendidly on seafood straight from the bay and the Gulf. Stone crab chowder, in season only, October till April, and then blackened grouper served with cheese grits. It's so popular you may have to wait in line, but the motto here is no hurries, no worries. Preserving and restoring the natural environment is taken very seriously in the Bradenton area, notably at Robinson Preserve. The best way to experience these wetlands, paddling your own kayak. Here in the mangrove swamp, you feel very, very close to nature. Taylor Mason-Jack, guide for Get Up and Go kayaking, says this is a precious ecosystem.
Our mangrove swamps really act as this really neat nursery for a lot of our juvenile species of fish and different wildlife because it acts as an area that's protected for them, from raccoons to otters to even our more charismatic megafauna like our manatees.
Meanwhile, in downtown Bradenton, the Bishop Museum of Science and Nature reveals how the area evolved and uniquely has a manatee rehabilitation centre helping to preserve these magnificent animals. The boss is Andrew Sandel.
Every year we will take in young, usually orphan juvenile manatees, get them up to full health and then get them released back into the river where they want to be. We get a lot of visitors love coming here, see the museum and then get to meet the manatees.
From nature to art. The Village of the Arts is a living artists' community. in colourful clapperboard cottages dating from the 1920s and 30s. Bradenton grew up beside the Manatee River, and today one of its most charming aspects is the 2-mile-long river walk. One of the great joys of Bradenton and Anna Maria Island is that you can travel between the two very easily on the Gulf Islands ferry. It's fun, it's fast, it's relaxing and very affordable. Frequent ferries provide scenic cruises down the Manatee River and across to Anna Maria Island, usefully cutting down on road traffic. There's nothing like toes in the sand dining, and a splendid place to do that is at the Sandbar restaurant at the top of Anna Maria Island, where the food and the views are incomparable. No stress, just bliss and another amazing sunset. In the course of a week I've dined on freshly caught seafood, kayaked through mangroves and felt the sand between my toes on pristine beaches. This is Florida as it used to be, and thankfully in one corner of the Sunshine State still is.